Now I just thought I'd do a quick video because I'm often asked about the tripod head that I use. What is it and how does it work? So for a number of years now, when I first started photography nearly 20 years ago, not far off, I would use ball heads, but I don't like them. They tend to move as soon as you lock them up. They do basically pivot on a single axis, so one lever, and they move around. But actually, I got quite tired of them quite quickly. I ended up starting to use a product called the geared head from Manfrotto. I've had the 405 and the 410, then went on to the Benro, GD3WH, but they're quite bulky. And what I ended up going with was the Arca Swiss. Now, these are about 1,100–1,200 pounds, so they are quite expensive, but they're amazing. So a geared head is just that. On the two axes, so the level and the pitch and the yaw are geared. The rotation is not. So if you loosen this little lever here, it will just simply rotate freely, just like a normal head. And once locked up, you've also got one on the other side at the top, and that allows you to do the same. So you've got two freewheeling rotation levers, if you will. Then you've got four knobs here. You've got two round and two teardrop. The teardrops I tend not to bother using, they're quick release, but I do tend to use these two. This one here will do your level, your horizon, and literally just turning it initiates a series of metal cogs inside, and it will turn a little bit at a time. And if you've got your leveler up, your electronic leveler, you can get it absolutely perfect. The one at the front will do your pitch and your yaw, so we'll go aim the camera downwards, or conversely, it will aim the camera upwards. There we go. There is a limit to how far you can go, but the camera can aim for the stars, quite literally. So why do I use a geared head? Quite simply, for precision, accuracy on composition. And because it's geared, it's locked, so there's no movement. As soon as you've released, it stays where it's put. It doesn't shift, it doesn't drag, it doesn't drop. So it's very, very precise, and it allows you to change a degree at a time. So for those minute compositional tweaks, it's much easier, it's much faster, it's much safer, and it's much nicer, to be fair. And that's basically it. The teardrop ones, if you loosen the two teardrops, what then happens is then it becomes like a ball head. And if you loosen the two levers as well, that's what happens. It is literally a ball head. So really, you've got two products in one. You've got a ball head and you've got a geared head as well. So depending on what you really need, you'll be able to utilize it as you see fit. But what's also quite nice is there's a beautiful weight to it. So if you want to film a video, a panorama video, you can start at one end and you can just turn it, just allow it to go. Now, of course, the fluid heads with the very long handles are a little easier. Some of them are oil filled for that beautiful fluid feeling, but this is not bad, but at least it allows you to do what you want. The other advantage is there is a spirit bubble on here, and there's also one on here too. So you've got two spirit bubbles as well. I also marry it up to a Leofoto LB65 leveling spacer, and it's wing nut. So if I just loosen this, I now have, I think, 15 degrees of movement. So I can have it absolutely perfectly straight. And then if I wanted to do a panorama, which you generally do in vertical mode, and everything is lined up as it should be. You loosen the rear lever, and then you go click, 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 take all the shots and have the horizon absolutely level. So between the two products, the Leofoto LB65, about £100, and the Swiss Arca Swiss D4 Quickset Classic. So what that refers to is this. If I spin this around, it's a lever that you simply unscrew, and that's it. They do one where there's a flip lever as well, like a flip lock. We don't like them. I don't like them. They're not great. The tension often goes on them. A good old simple twist, it just works. It's worked for decades, and it'll continue doing so. And that's fundamentally it. So an Arca Swiss D4 Quickset Classic. I think at Wex at the moment they're about £1,200. You can also get them from Robert White for a little less, who I tend to deal with. But it's a fantastic product and allows me to get the shots time after time.